As I mentioned yesterday, the most important thing for you to know going into the new Bunker Alpha is which enemies you can and cannot sneak up on. Today I'm going to show you how to get through the 3rd floor using less than a gun. The first trick I'm going to show you is how to open a door without activating the enemies on the other side of the door. This is again from my subscriber Mark Martinez, who is an endless fountain of great ideas. Now when Mark first showed me this, it was really difficult to get the timing, which concerned me because I don't like to show you guys tricks that you aren't going to be able to use or end up getting you killed. But then I found a way to teach you guys how to do it so that as long as you follow my instructions, it should never get you in a bind. So when you're in this hallway, run towards the door. I'm going to put this in slow-mo so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. When this hand lights up, click it, and then immediately click the sneak button afterwards. And then after you press the sneak button, stop running. Do not lift your finger from the directional pad until you press the other 2 buttons, or else they will attack you. Now you do have to let go before your guy hits the door or nothing will happen. But nothing happening is much better than them attacking you because it allows you to try again. So it's better to accidentally hit the door than to stop running before you press the sneak button. Once you take those guys out, come over here and ninja this guy, which leaves this guy by himself. In this room I experimented with sneaking up on each of them individually. Honestly, it wasn't worth the time. Just kill these guys normally. You cannot sneak up on this giant, so I do recommend using a gun. I've always said that a frenzy giant requires 25% of a gun because I've used a Glock 17 as the standard, but luckily for us, Last Day on Earth has increased the durability of many of the guns in the game, so now it only requires 20% of a Glock. I will get you guys more exact numbers in the next video of my series on hidden update changes. Use the sneak trick here so that you can ninja this guy. You cannot sneak up on this guy, but you can sneak up on this giant once. After that, he'll see you as soon as you get off the elevator, so you have to finish him off with a gun. For those of you who are newer at the game, notice that I'm moving in between each shot so that I can shoot faster. Just like in the 2nd floor, I think this chest is worth the 15% of an M16 needed to kill this turret. These guys are pretty straightforward. After that, come all the way over here and ninja this guy so that you can get a solid hit on this guy. I used a crowbar here out of habit, but when I thought about it later, I realized that I don't think there's any benefit to opening this door. If you open it like I did, then go ahead and kill this giant using the elevator trick. Otherwise, just wait until you get into this room from the other side. You cannot sneak up on this giant, so you will have to shoot him. Do not let your guns break. Get them to their last shot and then save them. I'll explain more in my upcoming video on the gunsmith. This room is pretty straightforward. You could sneak up on the toxic spitters if you don't open the bottom door and use the sneak trick, but I don't think it's really worth a half a crowbar to be able to do that. Now here's where I went wrong. Do not attack this frenzy giant yet. If you do, then he will always see you coming, which is really annoying if you don't want to use a gun on him. Instead, go up and kill these guys, and then sneak all the way around the whole base and ninja this guy who looks like he's sending emails, and then open the terminal. I also went ahead and killed his friend because he was alone and sad. Alright, so now we can start clearing from this side. You can use the elevator trick on this giant without any problems. This toxic abomination is triggered separately from the frenzy giant, which is really nice. Which brings us to the 2nd frenzy giant, who is extremely annoying. Just like the one I mentioned earlier, this giant will see you coming after the first hit if you come at him using the shortest path. However, you can still use the elevator trick on both of these giants. It is just really annoying. On the first one, as long as you run around the base this way, he'll never see you coming. I recommend logging out of the game instead of running back to the elevator because it saves you quite a bit of time. The second one is even more annoying. Not only do you have to run all the way around the base, but you have to sneak through this section or he will see you. After doing this a couple times, you might decide that you don't mind using some of your guns. When you get to this room, pull out a gun and snipe this toxic spitter right here. It is easiest to do this with an M16 or AK-47, but I've also done it with a Glock and not had any problems. After that, reset it and pick off this guy, and then pick off this guy. I'm pretty sure there's a way to pick off a third one, but I've been having trouble figuring out how I did it the first time. After that, head over here. You were able to sneak up on one of these guys in this room if you use the sneak trick, or you can just go through the bottom door. You can also sneak up on this guy and then finish off the rest of them. Sadly, I have not figured out a good way to take out this horde of zombies over here. It doesn't seem like any of them can get picked off without the others noticing. After that, you head all the way to the back of the 3rd floor, in which you will find 3 frenzy giants. Only one of these frenzy giants can be snuck up on, and he can only be snuck up on once, which means you have to use 45% of a gun to finish them off, which is a lot. Still worth it in my opinion, because the red chest gives 4 awesome guns and a full set of SWAT gear, which means that each red ticket is worth 12% of an awesome gun and 13% of a piece of SWAT gear. But if you're like me, you still don't want to have to use your guns. So I used a trick that is pretty difficult to pull off. I was shown how to do this trick by one of my subscribers by the name of Norson, but I'm pretty sure I saw Tripex or one of the other main YouTubers do this trick a couple weeks ago. All you do is find a door and hang out right next to the doorway. Right after the giant swings, you take a step, swing, take a step back. I don't recommend this to those of you who aren't great at timing. And even if you are, make sure to bring lots of food with you, because it might take you a little while to get in the rhythm. After that, you're done. Hope that helps, guys. Tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be going through the whole bunker live, and I will also be opening my first red ticket chest. If you see me on before then, you're welcome to join me. I'm just going to be doing a food run and kind of getting used to doing things live.